Hey guys, it's Toxic Roach here, and now it's time for my second dungeon video. And I gotta say, this is actually one of my favorites, although it's not quite my newest or my most intricate. But I had the most fun building it, and it was, like I said, it's just one of my favorites. You can kind of see it here. The original goal, this is kind of a funny story, is a friend of mine, had a contest. We had a contest to see who could build the hardest challenge for each other in a small period of time. So just, such challenges, maze or two, maybe a couple traps, and we time ourselves to get through it and get in and out. I think our goal was to collect a block. I think his was lapis and mine was emerald, and bring it back to the starting point. And we time each other. And his was kind of small, not so intricate, and I think it used a better part of a generated mine. I spent something like 3 days on mine, and I ended up with this. You can kind of see the start and end point here. So this is where you'd come and place the emerald when it's done. So I'd sit here and Castle Frankentank. And you'd start. Rush up. A couple areas in here. Big old fancy lever. I don't know if you can see, but there's an arrow pointing to the chest. So the emerald is in here, actually. Not sure if I made that very clear, but it's right there. That's the goal. And kind of take a quick couple glances around here. There are two levels. There's above and below. And the one tip I usually give the people is go up first. Because you can't go the other way. You can step through here. Oh! I got hit by an arrow. Minor traps. Just laced around. Some food. While I'm at it. I'm doing this kind of late, so forgive me. Oh, never mind. I'm not in server. I forgot. Anyway, just forgive me. So yeah, a couple traps here and there. Armor. Food. Oh, also, if you didn't notice, there was a sneaky little lever hidden over here that really doesn't do anything right here, but later on you notice an open door where a closed one would be. Pretty basic. Kind of have to be watchful. This part I kind of love, but everyone kind of spots the tripwire here. But you step on it. And look at that. Ground caves away. This was another moment I kind of had to be people's spawn point. And if you watched my original dungeon, my first dungeon video, kind of had to follow them around. They'd fall down here and there'd be nowhere to go. You can kind of take a look. I know, creepy, right? So this is what that lever opened. There's just a little room over here. Some chests scattered around. Again, if you didn't notice, there's actually a lever right here. A lot of people miss it, but you need to throw that. This was actually fun. This was a trap I had made where it was actually originally just a big open pit. And I kind of tried to hide it with a few stairs. Didn't work. Everyone saw it. But essentially, since the 1.5 update, I've been able to really do something kind of neat. You drop. Now what this actually is kind of neat. These tripwires here hook up to these dispensers, which shoot you with arrows as you fall. So as you fall, you get shot with arrows. and then you get caught in this net of spiderweb. Now, for those Minecraft veterans who know spiderweb, you can't really move that well in it. And if you let yourself just sink, you'll fall in the lava. But if you really push that W key all the way over, you can inch your way over. And this is kind of designed to freak someone out. And get all the way over to the edge. And push your way through. There we go. And climb back out. Essentially, like I said, it's just a neat little trap that I kind of perfected it since the 1.5 update. Quickly blow through here, but essentially they have to come all the way back here, all the way back down. I had problems with a few people getting lost, but you know, everyone eventually figured it out. The entire dungeon was kind of designed off of a randomly generated piece of sand. So that's where the shape came from, and I just kind of built around it. I didn't really plan anything. Time for part 2. Go back to the main room and go downstairs. So the idea is you pull the lever, and that door over there opens. Closed, open. So you'd make the long, arduous trip back, making sure you got all the chests, really kind of enjoying the sights, because this is meant to be kind of the easy part. That's what people like. Because I remember when my friend went through here, he thought this was all kind of easy and simple, but he didn't get downstairs yet. So here's back to the main room. Come back to this area over here. Well, that's a funny looking color. Lever pull. Boom. Hidden staircase. I know, right? It took me forever to get the circuit, but I'll throw a link up to the annotations where you can kind of see a video. I did it in another one. Kind of showed you a few. It's a little towards the end, but you should go check it out anyway. Just a few other circuits I've made that will kind of show up in this dungeon. Kind of come down here. Standard 3x3 wall. Whoa! What is this? Well, that looks dangerous. Huh. What about this one? Whoa! Cool. Extendo floors and stairs. One more. There it is. And as well as the door opening. This is another circuit in that last annotation I'll kind of leave up here. You can kind of check out how I did this and a few other things. But this was, I love this trap. I just think it looks the coolest. And you can have whatever you want set to the puzzle. This puzzle's kind of easy. But you can have whatever you guys want set to be the puzzle. I was just kind of showing off my Minecraft chops. But I was really actually quite proud of my job here in the next part. Because of how good I think it looks. This is the dungeon of the castle. And it's also kind of a maze. You kind of open and close the cell doors here. Pretty basic. 2-cot, toilet. And kind of broken halls and doors. Now, if you're curious how I do this, it's pretty easy. As you can see, it's just upside down staircases mixed in with blocks, and it just kind of gives that neat little broken look. While I'm here. Obviously, the next part probably is going to have monsters if I'm switching it over. Normally, you'd reach in here, find the diamond sword. But oh no, there's a bad guy in the cell. So you'd kill him. Die, bad guy. Alright. That's a little weird. Not supposed to be there. I'm pretty sure that was a 1.5 glitch, so please ignore it. Well, there's another... I don't know why it's not working. There we go. Another chest in here. Grab it. Another zombie cellmate. Prisoner. Dungeon. Keep in mind, I'm in creative still. So once these zombies get dispensed, they kind of stumble upon out of the cells and kind of attack the user. And it's a really neat effect, I think, because only one comes out and you really just need only one. I originally had used tripwires, but it wasn't really working because one would just get dispensed and then they'd keep running over the tripwire, and that would keep dispensing more and more and more, so the person running the dungeon would just be overwhelmed, and it was a real pain in the ass. But you can kind of see how I created the maze using broken dungeons as my kind of framework. I think the overall look is really nice, and just the way everything is mapped out. Yeah, right. I forgot about this one. Cake. Yum. This one actually was a lot harder than you think. I don't kind of give this one away. And again, if you've seen my first dungeon video, which I'll throw the link up for there as well. The problem I had with a lot of these challenges is server lag and decay on speed, because I had a lot of players being unable to make these jumps and they were falling in the lava and dying, because whether it be lag or just for some reason the internet just wasn't allowing it. And but I think this was relatively difficult to do. See, I just failed it there. But it's totally possible to do. It just takes a lot of effort, and it's a good chance you die, though. It was actually kind of funny. My first run through, I actually accidentally put, instead of a potion of, I think it was, yeah, fire resistance. Instead of the shortest one, I put something like I think it was the 8-minute or the 3-minute. My friend reached this part, saw he had to go there, drank it, and just walked through the lava, and didn't even bother with the challenge, which was kind of my fault. But you know, kudos for him for being creative. This was another idea that I kind of had a while back. Essentially, a maze without walls, but you still couldn't, you know, go outside the maze. Isn't really a good job of being a maze because it's not big enough. If I were to do it, it would have to be a lot bigger. But essentially, precarious situation. It's a little harder than it looks to do it quickly. If you want, of course, you can hold shift, and that'll ensure your safety. There we go. Ah, see? Try to get too fancy with it, and you'll probably die. Come through here. Another little dungeony area. Up the ladder. And voila. You've got your emerald. Now remember, that wasn't the timed session. The goal was to do all this as fast as you possibly can and bring the emerald all the way back out. So, so now I'd have to take this block of emerald and rush it back through the entire level. See, that was easy. I don't know why people are having issues with that. As long as you don't open any more chests in here, you won't have to deal with any more zombies. Again, that's why I gave you kind of armor and food. I don't know if you kind of noticed this area, but it was meant to be kind of like the prisoners dug their way out, or deeper, to no avail. Just kind of a, whoa. That was a weird document. Oh look, more bad guys. I also forgot that on server, you can set them to spawn when dispensed, but not spawn randomly. So again, I'm playing this in normal, single player, just to show you. I think next time I do one of these, I'll load it up in the server, just for the sake of continuity. But all the way back out. Also, this would be in adventure mode, so if you were to place this block, you wouldn't be able to break it. Boom. And time is done. That is Castle Frankentank. Hope you enjoyed. I've got at least one more dungeon video to put out. Goofy stuff I've made. But yeah, this is my favorite. I really enjoyed it. I'll put some links to my other videos in Minecraft that I've done. You can kind of see some circuits I've built and some other wacky things I've done. But if you like this video, be sure to like it and comment. And also, yeah, like it, comment. If you, oh yeah, if you want to download the level, I'd be happy to send it to you for nothing. Just be sure to ask, and I'll send you the free untouched copy. Of course, it needs to be reset every time, so make sure to make backups. And thanks a lot. Happy crafting.